Michael Avenatti sentenced to 14 years in prison for stealing millions of dollars from clients. Damn, this is really going to hurt his chances of becoming president. He was a strange character the writers added to the Trump years. I was never sure what was going on with him. Just watched the Pepsi, Where's My Jet documentary. He was in there as an up-and-coming attorney who was very gung-ho going after big corporations because of what they did to his dad. Now he's the bad guy. What a fucking joke. Sure. This guy is a dirtbag. But how does he get 14 years in prison, after he plead guilty, while Elizabeth Holmes only got 12 years after she plead not guilty? And Holmes was a much bigger scammer than this guy could ever hope to be. Not even a good scumbag lawyer. Couldn't even scam his clients. Why would I use him to defend my own dirty deeds? Man, for about a week there he really had something going. Basta? Is this the guy that represented Stormy Daniels for a short period? Remember when the media kept inexplicably hyping him up to be the Democratic nominee despite never polling above 1? Fucking fantastic. No fucking team sports. If you're a POS, get thrown in jail. Typical scumbag lawyer. Not saying all lawyers are scumbags, but there are a few and he is one. Man, this guy fell hard. He could have had it all. All he needed to do was not being a cunt. Consecutively with the 5-year term he's serving now. So 19 years. Damn. So, Avenatti was already dirty when the Stormy Daniels thing fell in his lap. He knew his work on her case would bring every Republican eyeball in America on him, looking for dirt. And yet, knowing he was dirty, and there was plenty of dirt to be found, he went for the high-publicity case anyway, and leaned into it making even more enemies along the way. Easy to say he was done in by hubris, but those are the actions of someone who wants to get caught. There was never a time when it wasn't immediately and objectively obvious that this guy was a con. Never. And anyone who didn't see it cause they believed him to be on their team has a lot of introspection to do. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. 2 words. So fucking satisfying. Damn. So SBF is looking at what, 450,000 years or so? This makes a lot more sense after watching that Pepsi Harrier documentary on Netflix. Remind me in 14 years. Remember when demented weirdos wanted him to run for President of the United States because he was representing Stormy Daniels in her lawsuit against Trump? Remember when the news tried to prop him up during the Stormy Daniels drama? What a deserved fall from grace. Good luck getting that Harrier jet into prison. 14 years is a long time. He should have tried to work out a deal and avoid prison. This guy saw Icarus and said, "You call that close to the sun? Check this out." Stormy sends her regards. It's federal time, only get 15 of your time off due to the discrepancy between federal sentencing guidelines and what Congress intended. It's not 50 off like most states. Just under 12 years for Mr. Coffee. Make it 15 since he didn't get that kid the jet. He's already serving 5 years for a sentence in New York State. With another 14, and him being early 50s, he's not getting out until he's in his 70s. It's funny how slimy people look slimy. CNN and MSNBC treated this guy like a literal god. They were mentioning his name for president as well. LOL. Remember when people were so anti-Trump that they were pro-Avenatti for president? So, what does SBF get with the billions he stole? He had me fooled for a long time. Really believed he was Stormy Daniels' knight in shining armor. God, what a dope. Good start. Surely they're going to get SBF, right? AKA ambulance chaser. Couldn't happen to a more deserving person. Should have stolen billions instead. I thought he was running for president, guess that didn't play out. I take it back, he would have apparently been a great candidate for president. Y'all better not buy his book in 7 years. He should have aimed higher like Elizabeth Holmes and SBF. The more you steal, the less time you serve. This lunatic once took an exploratory trip to Iowa thinking he might run for president at one point. I remember Bill Maher suggesting him as a serious potential choice to run for the presidency. His panel was. Funny story. He was also a lawyer involved in the Pepsi jet commercial scandal. Hoped he can share a cell with DJT. I hope him and Trump share a cell together. I don't understand, if he's running for president, how was he charged and sentenced? Thought candidates were above the law? Avenatti's quick rise followed by liberal grifters pushing him as a presidential candidate and foil to Trump was utterly baffling. Dude was a prick. Liberal grifters exist and are annoying, but nearly as devastating as the conservative grift machine that pumps them out daily. Can we make this a lesson about not assuming people who share politics can be total trash? Next time let's critically think, team. Hilarious. That is all. I remember when Reddit, the mainstream media, loved this guy because he was the lawyer for Stormy Daniels. Were those clients a few rich people or an assembly of regular people? From 4 of his clients. Yup. Steal all you want from regular Joes, but if you try to steal from other rich people, you're gonna have a bad time. How does he go to prison for this and Trump, who has stiffed thousands of workers and frauds like Trump University, get nothing? There are people who plan and execute murders who get less than this. The Proud Boys who conspired to overthrow the US government, will get less than this. 14 years doesn't seem like justice to me. Should be 5 years or something. Prison industrial complex coming in strong here. That's presidential candidate Michael Avenatti to you. Reddit darling of prospective presidents. And yet Trump still walks free. Strange times. Remember when left-wing media was drooling over this sleazebag thinking he was going to take down Trump? He was on the anti-Trump side, as am I, but if he broke the law, then he is a criminal and deserves to be in prison. I don't blindly support people and look the other way because they are on my side. I thought he was supposed to take Trump down. I guess he ended up being the bad guy in that story.